Listen to me. I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls. So maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life. He's like, look, I've done it all.
I love my wife, and I'm not gay, and I'm not, and that's what's weird about this, to have your sexuality question.
Who is Eddie Murphy really shutting out? At 64, the comedy icon has many collaborators, but there's one man he absolutely refuses to film with: Tyler Perry. Where did the cold distance between these Hollywood giants begin? When did things turn from professional to personal?
Police say he picked up a transvestite prostitute on an infamous stretch of Santa Monica Boulevard.
Deputies conducted a traffic stop of the car a few blocks away, at which time they learned that the driver was actor Eddie Murphy.
And how do swirling rumors about their private lives, rumors Eddie has fiercely denied, sometimes with sharp remarks, feed into this divide? Eddie's refusal goes beyond creative clashes. The real story is far more complicated and just starting to emerge.
Medea, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Are you going out on Black Friday?
What the hell is Black Friday? Every Friday is Friday. I'm black. That's a Black Friday. What you talking about? I don't even know what the hell a Black Friday is. Hello. All right, everybody, please shut up. I'm Donald Trump's new communication director, because all the rest of them sorry asses got fired, and they only left with me.
Tyler Perry's story is one of the most inspiring in modern Hollywood. Emerging from a challenging childhood in New Orleans, Perry moved to Atlanta in the early 1990s to pursue playwriting. After years of struggling to find an audience, his breakthrough came with the stage production I Can Do Bad All By Myself in 1999, featuring the now iconic Medea character. By the mid-2000s, Perry had become a household name, using his platform to uplift Black voices and stories often neglected by mainstream Hollywood. His work has reshaped the industry, particularly by creating opportunities for Black actors, writers, and filmmakers through his own production studios in Atlanta.
I'm serious. Y'all running around here talking about some eye out to Tyler Perry. You can look at Tyler Perry and tell that he's quite gay. Tyler Perry's been gay for a long time, long before I met Tyler Perry, he was gay.
However, amid the undeniable success, an undercurrent of rumors about Perry's sexuality has quietly followed him throughout his career. Unlike many Hollywood stars who openly share their personal lives, Perry has remained intensely private about his romantic relationships. This silence has, over time, bred persistent speculation, fueled by Hollywood's insatiable curiosity about the intimate lives of celebrities.
Winston Jerome,
Yes.
who is very lightly veiled as Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Winston Jerome is a closeted cross-dressing cult leader whose love of the Christian faith is a mask for his true sexuality. From what I understand, Tyler Perry was furious over this. Furious.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Industry insiders note that Perry's refusal to publicly confirm or deny these rumors is not accidental. According to a veteran entertainment executive who spoke anonymously to The Hollywood Reporter in 2018, Perry's discretion is a deliberate choice shaped by the history of stigma and stereotyping faced by Black men in the industry. Tyler understands the dangers of being pigeonholed in Hollywood, especially as a Black man who defies conventional masculinity. The executive explained, he's protecting his brand and his privacy. This speculation has been compounded by Perry's style and demeanor. Some observers describe his mannerisms as flamboyant, while others see them as part of a carefully crafted public persona meant to entertain and engage audiences without revealing too much. Perry's roles in productions often explore themes of love, family, and acceptance, which some interpret as subtle nods to his own experiences with identity and societal expectations. Beyond personal style, Perry's position as a Black gay ally adds complexity to the narrative. In recent years, particularly in 2021 during the controversy over anti-LGBTQ+ legislation in Georgia, Perry has used his platform to advocate for inclusivity and acceptance. Through television shows like The Oval and public statements, he has voiced support for LGBTQ+ rights, even while continuing to keep his private life under wraps. Hollywood's fascination with Perry's sexuality reflects broader issues of race, gender, and power. For Black men especially, navigating Hollywood's rigid stereotypes is a delicate balancing act. Public speculation often veers into invasive territory, mixing fact, rumor, and projection. Perry's guarded approach can be seen as a strategy to maintain control in a notoriously unforgiving environment. Why do the rumors persist? Part of the speculation stems from Perry's long-standing single status during much of his rise. For years, fans in the media wondered why a man with such success and influence kept his romantic life out of the spotlight. Some viewed the silence as mysterious or intentional. Others speculated that Perry was simply a very private person who preferred to separate his public achievements from his personal affairs. Beyond privacy, the rumors are also fueled by certain perceptions of Perry's behavior and style. Some insiders describe his mannerisms as flamboyant, while others argue he consciously crafts a unique persona, blending humor, warmth, and larger-than-life characters like Medea to deflect attention from his private life. Interestingly, Perry has never publicly addressed or confirmed these rumors. Instead, he directs public focus toward his groundbreaking work as a writer, director, producer, and actor. He's known for putting his energy into storytelling rather than personal explanations.
How you feel about Tyler Perry?
He strikes me as somebody that does not like manhood.
The speculation about Tyler Perry is part of a much bigger story in Hollywood, especially around Black masculinity, sexuality, and identity. Black men in the entertainment industry often face a unique set of pressures and stereotypes, compounded by long-standing stigmas about sexuality.
Or whether it's drugs. It's his business, it's America. But I want somebody to start pushing manhood because I've seen 50 years worth of televised emasculation.
Hollywood has a way of weaponizing rumors about sexuality, especially for Black men. A Hollywood diversity advocate explained. For someone like Tyler, privacy can be a form of protection both for his career and the audiences he serves. The industry's harsh scrutiny means even subtle hints can spiral into damaging gossip or assumptions. Some conspiracy theories in entertainment circles suggest that Perry's guardedness is not just about personal privacy, but also about protecting a loyal, largely church-going audience that supports his productions. Perry has built his brand on uplifting Black families and spirituality, which adds another layer of complexity to public discussions about his personal life. Tyler Perry's advocacy and public stance. While the rumors persist, it's important to note that Perry has been an outspoken ally of the LGBTQ+ community. He has used his platform to advocate against anti-LGBTQ+ legislation and has included LGBTQ+ characters in his productions. This supportive stance is well documented and suggests a nuanced approach to sexuality and identity that transcends rumors. In summary, Tyler Perry's decision to keep his personal life private has allowed ongoing speculation to flourish. But beyond the gossip, Perry's legacy is firmly rooted in his work and his efforts to reshape Hollywood on his own terms. How Tyler Perry's rumors could affect his relationship with Eddie Murphy. The swirling rumors about Perry's private life have had ripple effects, influencing his relationship with fellow Hollywood icon Eddie Murphy. Both men have dominated Black entertainment for decades, but their interactions have been limited, sparking speculation among fans and industry watchers about underlying tensions. Murphy's own history with rumors about his sexuality dates back to his early days on Saturday Night Live in the 1980s. Over the years, Murphy has been the subject of persistent and often invasive speculation, with tabloids and fans dissecting his personal life. An infamous 1997 incident in West Hollywood, where Murphy was stopped by police while giving a ride to a transgender woman, fueled further gossip. Given Murphy's sensitivity to such rumors, sources suggest that he may be reluctant to work with Perry, whose own private life has been similarly scrutinized. an entertainment insider told Variety that Murphy likely wishes to avoid entangling himself in narratives he has spent decades trying to manage. Eddie knows how damaging these stories can be, especially for black men in Hollywood. The source said, working too closely with Tyler could risk drawing unwanted attention or conflating their personal lives. Fans have pointed to moments where Murphy appeared cold or dismissive toward Perry, interpreting these as signs of discomfort. Social media discussions frequently cite this distance as more than professional rivalry. It may be about personal boundaries and image management. Hollywood places enormous emphasis on public image, especially when it involves sensitive topics like sexuality. For black male celebrities, who already face a minefield of stereotypes and expectations, navigating this terrain can be particularly fraught. Murphy's avoidance of Perry could be seen as an effort to protect his own narrative from further complication.
What do you think about the rumors about you and Eddie Murphy having a relationship? What does Eddie say about it?
We've always been tight. Eddie could care less about it, and Eddie's always been Eddie, and anybody that knows Eddie, Eddie lives Eddie's life, and he'll look at you straight up and tell you, hey, keep messing with me and I'll hit you with my wallet and knock you out.
Rumors about Eddie Murphy's sexuality have quietly followed him throughout almost 4 decades of his career. From the moment he burst onto the scene as a breakout star in the early 1980s, Murphy was known for being intensely private about his personal life. Unlike some celebrities who openly share their relationships and family moments, Eddie kept much of his offstage world to himself. This reserved nature, combined with his mysterious personal life, caught the attention of tabloids and fans who began to speculate and search for clues. At a time when celebrity privacy was far more protected than it is today, this kind of speculation was both invasive and relentless. The rumors gained even more traction after the well-known 1997 incident in West Hollywood, where Murphy was stopped by police while giving a ride to a transgender woman who was also a sex worker. Even though no charges were filed and Murphy's publicist clarified that he was just helping someone in need, the story was sensationalized by media outlets. The press quickly amplified the story, fueling public curiosity and deepening the rumor mill surrounding Murphy's sexuality. Throughout this time, Eddie Murphy rarely spoke about the rumors directly. When he did respond, his answers were often sharp, defensive, and sometimes included comments that many interpreted as homophobic. These reactions were viewed by many as a way to shut down the conversation quickly and protect his carefully crafted public image. Pop culture analysts and cultural commentators see these defensive remarks as a reflection of the immense pressure Murphy faced as a black man in Hollywood during the 1980s and 1990s. Living under such intense scrutiny was incredibly difficult. One cultural expert explained, Eddie's defensive stance was a strategy to maintain control over his public persona and protect his career from damage. The effect of these rumors on Eddie Murphy's professional choices has been significant. Hollywood in that era was much more conservative and unforgiving. Any sign of not fitting the traditional image could lead to career setbacks or lost opportunities. For black actors, the challenges were even greater due to widespread stereotypes and discrimination. Because of this, Murphy's careful management of his image included avoiding projects or partnerships that might add fuel to the speculation surrounding his private life. This caution influenced the roles he chose and the people he worked with, shaping his career path in ways the public rarely saw. The 1997 incident that fueled rumors. One of the most talked about moments that fueled the ongoing speculation about Eddie Murphy's sexuality occurred in May of 1997.
When police say he picked up a transvestite prostitute on an infamous stretch of Santa Monica Boulevard.
Deputies conducted a traffic stop of the car a few blocks away, at which time they learned that the driver was actor Eddie Murphy.
On that day, Murphy was stopped by police officers in West Hollywood, a neighborhood known for its vibrant LGBTQ+ community and nightlife. At the time, Eddie was giving a ride to Advocacy, a transgender woman who was also a sex worker. This unexpected encounter quickly became a headline story in tabloids and entertainment news outlets across the country. Murphy's publicist quickly stepped in to clarify what happened. They explained that Eddie wasn't involved in anything illegal or inappropriate. He was simply acting as a good Samaritan by offering a ride to someone in need. There were no charges filed against him, and the police determined that there was nothing suspicious about the situation. Despite this official statement, the story still gained massive attention. The media frenzy that followed turned this brief, innocent incident into fodder for widespread rumors about Eddie Murphy's sexuality. The public and press began to speculate heavily, digging into every detail of his personal life with increased intensity. For a star who had long kept his private affairs under tight wraps, this sudden spotlight on such a sensitive matter was especially challenging. From that moment on, the rumors seemed to intensify and linger, following Murphy wherever he went. Even though he never publicly confirmed or denied these rumors directly, the incident became one of the key moments that fueled ongoing gossip about his sexual orientation. It was a reminder of how quickly a single event, whether misunderstood or blown out of proportion, can change the way the public views a celebrity, especially in Hollywood, where privacy is often hard to come by. Eddie Murphy's efforts to keep these rumors at bay and maintain control over his personal life have been consistent throughout his career. But the 1997 West Hollywood incident remains one of the most frequently cited examples when people discuss the speculations surrounding him. The stakes for black men in Hollywood. During the 80s and 90s, rumors about sexuality carried heavy professional risks, especially for black men facing stereotypes and discrimination. Any suggestion of not conforming to the straight, hyper-masculine archetype could lead to marginalization or lost opportunities. Given that context, Eddie's careful navigation of his image makes sense. Avoiding collaboration with someone like Tyler Perry, who has also faced similar rumors, could be less about personal dislike and more about protecting a carefully crafted public persona.
Faggots aren't allowed to look at my ass while I'm on stage.
Eddie Murphy's past comments about homosexuality have often been called homophobic by critics and fans alike. Many people pointed to some of his jokes or remarks during interviews and performances as proof that he held negative feelings toward the LGBTQ+ community. However, many cultural experts and observers see those comments differently. Instead of believing Murphy was truly prejudiced or hateful, they think his words were more about protecting himself. For a man constantly in the public eye and under intense scrutiny, those remarks may have been a way to defend himself against the hurtful rumors and stigma that often came his way. If you look back at Murphy's early stand-up specials and interviews, you can notice moments when he seemed clearly uncomfortable or frustrated whenever questions about his sexuality came up. It wasn't just about denying rumors. It felt like he was trying to push away an invasion of his private life. Being questioned about such a personal topic in front of millions is stressful, and his sometimes sharp or defensive responses can be understood as a way to keep control over his image and privacy. Over the years, Murphy has shown signs of growth in how he talks about these topics. More recently, he has expressed regret for some of the insensitive jokes and comments he made in the past. This suggests that his views have evolved, and he has become more accepting and understanding of the LGBTQ+ community. It's a reminder that people can change and that past mistakes don't have to define someone forever. This idea of a defensive shield helps explain why Murphy might choose to keep his distance from Tyler Perry. Both men have been surrounded by similar rumors about their sexuality, and working closely together could potentially increase the public and media attention on that part of their lives. In Hollywood, where image and reputation are crucial, this kind of attention can have serious consequences. So Murphy's decision to avoid collaboration with Perry may not come from personal dislike or hatred, but rather from a desire to manage the complicated stories the public tells about them. It's about protecting themselves from extra scrutiny and keeping control over their own narratives as best as they can.
Listen to me. I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls.
While rumors about their personal lives and concerns about public image play a big role, there are also other important reasons why Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry don't seem to get along smoothly. One major factor is the strong competition between them for influence and status within Black entertainment. Eddie Murphy's career began earlier and helped change the game during the 1980s and 90s. He became a legendary comedian and actor, known for his unforgettable characters and blockbuster movies that shaped how Black comedy was seen in Hollywood. His success set a very high standard and created a lasting legacy that many still admire today. On the other hand, Tyler Perry's rise to fame came later, but in a very different way. Instead of just acting, Perry built a huge empire focused on writing, directing, producing, and controlling many parts of his projects. His work often tells powerful Black stories that hadn't been seen much before in mainstream Hollywood, and he created a business model that gave him and other Black artists more control behind the scenes. This new approach to storytelling and production made him one of the most influential figures in modern Black entertainment. People inside the industry say that both Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry want to be recognized as the leading voice for Black audiences. This kind of rivalry is natural because when two powerful figures compete for similar influence and respect, tension can easily build up. For example, Eddie Murphy's team has sometimes chosen not to respond or comment on Tyler Perry's big projects, which some see as a subtle way of showing disapproval or distance. Meanwhile, Tyler Perry's side tends to stay quiet when it comes to discussing Eddie Murphy's work, avoiding public back and forth. When Murphy and Perry have been seen together at events or public gatherings, observers often notice that their interactions are polite but distant. There isn't any obvious friendliness or warmth, just formal nods and brief greetings. Fans and the media watch these moments closely and often speculate about what might be going on behind the scenes. Social media especially loves to analyze every small gesture, every look or slight smile, searching for clues that might explain the tension or hint at a possible feud. In many ways, this competition between Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry shows how complicated success and influence can be in Hollywood, especially within the Black entertainment community. It's not just about talent or creativity, but also about power, legacy, and who gets to represent a culture and its stories on a big stage. The strained dynamic between Murphy and Perry reflects deeper issues in Hollywood. Black male entertainers face unique pressures to conform to narrowly defined images of masculinity, while rumors about sexuality can be weaponized to damage reputations. Advocates for diversity and inclusion point out that the industry still struggles with acceptance and open conversations about identity. For many Black entertainers, maintaining privacy feels essential to survival. Murphy and Perry's story highlights the challenges of balancing authenticity with public expectation in a landscape rife with stereotypes and stigma. The complicated relationship between Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry is about much more than just personal disagreements or misunderstandings. It reflects bigger challenges that many Black male entertainers face in Hollywood. Both Eddie and Tyler have worked incredibly hard to become stars and leaders in their field. They've made huge successes, but at the same time, they have had to deal with constant rumors about their private lives and face pressures from an industry that doesn't always accept or understand them fully. For Black men in Hollywood, privacy can be very hard to maintain. There are many expectations about how they should act, what kind of roles they should play, and how much of their personal lives they should share with the public. When rumors about sexuality or personal choices start to spread, it can affect how people see them, both in their careers and in their personal relationships. This kind of scrutiny can be stressful and isolating. Both Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry have had to carefully manage their public images while dealing with these rumors. They have worked to protect their reputations and to control how much the world knows about their true selves. This balancing act is not easy, and it often leads to misunderstandings or distance between people, even among powerful figures like them. Until Hollywood becomes more accepting and better at respecting privacy and diversity, these kinds of tensions are likely to stay. The story of Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry shows us how tough it can be to live and succeed under the bright, often harsh spotlight of fame. It reminds us that behind the success and fame, there are real struggles with identity, trust, and acceptance that many stars have to face every day.